Let's get this done. Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another podcast. This is not a comedy this time. It's a 2015 action thriller, Survivor. Yes, from 2015 with Milla Jovovich. There's the woman and Pierce Brosnan. So let's get started. This is about 90 minutes long. It's 96 minutes around there. Let's get started. I'm doing it on my computer this time to avoid scammers and spam, and also because I wanted to use the laptop so I can move my hands freely. And I haven't seen this movie in years. If I need the phone, I'll have it around just in case. If the movie should be fine. I'm using the old DVD player because I don't want it to skip. This is loud. Let me lower it. Let me lower the volume because I don't want to go deaf. I said lower the volume, damn it. Not the root. That's why I hate using this DVD player. Because the volume doesn't. Just pause it. Just play it. See if I can lower it here. There, I lowered it a little bit. Come on, play it. So I don't want the volume to go low. Come on. Okay, there we go. I have to lower the volume. This movie's too loud. I don't want to go deaf. Because with my other DVD player, the volume works, but sometimes the movie just skips. So let's skip this. I can't skip it. Okay, I'll just have to sit through the opening again. That's the problem. I could have streamed the movie on Tubi. It's on Tubi, but I didn't want to use my phone. I have to sit through ads, so I'll just sit through the DVD. It's fine. No, I'll just skip all that. Skip all this. I don't want to see this. Don't worry, guys. I'm doing this podcast because I took a day off so I can rest. Okay, there we go. Play them on. Come on, play it. I know critics hated this movie, but I'm not doing this for the critics. I'm doing this because I want to do a movie with Milla Jovovich from back in the day. I'm going to do 2 of them this month, but this one is different than the one I'm doing on Sunday. Next time I'll just stream the movie on Tubi so I can control the volume because I don't want to go deaf. The other remote, the other DVD player, at least I could control the volume with the remote, but I don't have the remote for this anymore. The movie's very loud. It's a war room, in a way. They're in Afghanistan. That's a war-ridden country, just to let you know. I'm not getting involved, though. This is not going to be a political podcast. This was 2015. This was before the The pandemic. I could mute this because I don't want to hear subtitles. I'm gonna read subtitles in May for Asian month, but not anything from Afghanistan. No way. Mm-mm. I don't watch movies from Arabic countries because it's just not me. Even in Black Adam, I like the movie. I just don't like the Arabic in the movie. It's not for me. I'm not. I'm not a kamikaze. I don't kill anybody in the name of any religion. I'm like I don't because I'm not affiliated, guys. That's not for me. I can't stand people like that where they have to make that the centerfold of their lives. You know what I mean, right? Anyway, back to the plot. I don't want to scare anybody off here because I did Deadpool and Wolverine already, and I did Sonic 3. Now a non-sequel for today. Now we're in the U.S. Embassy in London, England. December 29th, so after Christmas. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it at least once on Tubi. It's worth your time. It's not as terrible as the critics say it is. It's got like an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is not one of the worst movies of 2015. Not even close. I'm not doing this one, so I'm going to do my update on Monday. Hey, Sonic fanboy. Oh, John, this movie is Oscar worthy compared to some of the action thrillers that came out in the past 6 years. Yeah, especially since it's not as CGI heavy. A lot of movies that came out the last 6 years have been too heavy on digital. Hello, Mila. She's gorgeous. I know a lot of people have a problem with her acting in Resident Evil. I get it, guys. Her character's kind of flat. She's not very uh, energetic, but she tries. It's her bad direction and writing that hurts her. It's not her acting. Trust me, I've seen her do a good performance in the Sixth Sense, in the Fifth Element, even in Cuffs, and she was a teenager in that. She could act. She had energy. She was smiling. She was, alive. She was alive. She wasn't like monotone and boring. She has gorgeous green eyes too. This is Women's Month, and she's a woman. That hasn't changed. That's Veroni, right? That's Angela Yeah, Dylan McDermott. Yeah, I've seen him in something. Robert Foster, rest in peace, sir. I miss you, man. He's lucky he didn't have to go through the pandemic because it was a nightmare for a lot of us. I got to change my shirt after I'm done here. She doesn't bother me as much as other actresses because the hobo, she's Oscar worthy compared to someone like the hobo. The hobo just is boring and unattractive and just mean to me. Of course not. They're Arabic. Oh no, she's not Arabic. She's a nun. I thought that was Ernie Hudson. No, he's not in this movie. I wish I met him last year at Comic Con, but he went on Saturday, and that's the most crowded day of all the days at Comic Con. That's the most crowded because Kids are off from school and parents don't have to work. Some people have to work on Saturdays. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not me. I'm going to Comic-Con in 3 months, guys. I'm going to be a volunteer, but that's it. 1 day, not 2 days. So no podcast on June. I think it's June 6th. The first Saturday in June. I'm going to post pictures and maybe a video, but no podcasts. He's a good actor, Robert Foster. I miss him a lot. He was an Alligator. I think the first Alligator, yeah. He really sold that movie. It's on streaming as well, so I wish I had the Blu-ray because it has a special edition. I'm gonna do a small update in next week, and then I won't do another one till spring because there's gonna be yard sales coming up. So I want to show my stuff then. Yeah, there's gonna be plenty of yard sales in the month of April, May, and June because again the weather's getting wet. No more snow. We're done. I'm done with snow for the rest of 2026. Some people in my life have bad tempers. That's why I'm just going to avoid them. Can't mind their own business. They're always loud, you know? Don't you hate that when someone's always loud and nitpicking everything? Yeah, I can't stand that. That's when I go to the theater, I go to the Animal Draft House. Nobody's talking loud in that theater. Nobody. That's pretty much. That's when his hair was starting to turn gray. I don't want my hair to turn gray. I just shave it off. I don't like gray hair. It makes me look like an old man. I'm not an old man yet. At least this is a short movie. 90 minutes is fine. Because the last couple of movies I did were like an hour and 50, an hour and 40. So a smooth 90 minutes will get it done. Not since that Lego movie, but that was like an hour and 14 or something like that. But that was a kid's movie. This is not. It's actually a PG-13. I thought this was an R. It's not. It's a PG-13, but it's still not a kid's movie. People think PG-13 means you could take your kids. Yeah, if your kids are over 13, not 5-year-olds. And unlike some people, I don't care about breast size because they don't have to be, they just have to be real, not fake. Because that's not my favorite part of a woman. Besides, personality and hair, which I love to death. Look at those eyes. And by the way, Mila is Ukrainian descent, like Vera Farmiga. That's Russian, but from Ukraine, not from Russia or Bulgaria or whatever. I know my countries, guys. I'm not stupid. I see a map every year to know where these people come from. What's that country? I never traveled. I only went to one other country. I can't show that. I only went to one other country when I was a kid, and it was Ecuador when I was like 3. I hope I didn't show anything there. I don't think I did. No. You're not going to see the goods, guys. Yep, 9/11. I went through that. Some people did not. My niece did not. She didn't even know what happened. They're probably going to teach her that in school, what happened. But I experienced it. Hmm. Sri Lanka. Ooh. Because at least here I could see, I could use my hands. Because when I'm using a phone, I have to hold it for the whole time. That gets tiring after 2 hours. So this one, I wanted to use my laptop with the battery. I'm not doing this for the algorithm. I want to do this because I haven't seen this movie in years. There's no commentary. There's only uh, making of Survivor and some deleted scenes. That's all. Today's a beautiful day compared to last Friday. It's cloudy, but it's not raining today. Last night it was raining all day and all night. Look at that. At least this movie doesn't. It doesn't end in London. I think, right? Let's see. This is an Alchemy and Millennium Films production. So did Avi Lerner? Yeah, he produced this because he's from Israel. So of course, or Palestine. I don't know. But again, not getting involved. I'm not going to mention anything about that because I don't want to get canceled here. Monica Barrera, whatever her name is, the girl from Melissa Barrera, when she got fired from Scream 7 because of what she said. It's a free country, guys, but you have to watch it. When you're a celebrity, you got to watch what you tweet or post because, again, they will take that personally and they will end you because they don't want to talk. They don't. People, this world is too political. I'm not, and I've done some politically charged movies here. I did American President and White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen and Independence Day, but I don't get into politics because I don't believe in politics. I don't. I don't like getting my fingers dirty like Richard Nixon. Wink, wink. Not me. I don't have any scandals to do. I have nothing to hide. Vickers Pharmaceutical. Tomorrow, tomorrow I'm doing Tomorrow Never Dies. I don't have the movie, so I'll stream it on Netflix because I want to do a Bond movie that's not 3 hours long, like No Time to Die. Yeesh, that movie's way too long. Rude British guy. See, that's why I don't trust these people. They're snobby. I don't like snobby, pretentious people. It's just not for me, guys. This is why at Comic Con I mostly meet people that are American, some that are not. Menger is from China, but she's super sweet. Or Canada, they're nice there. They're not a bunch of unfriendly twats. Yep. Rectal scanner. Access denied. I thought that was Paul Giamatti. No, he's not in this movie. He was doing the Amazing Spider-Man too. Status? It's status, you fool. Status. They- I don't use visas. I'm an American citizen. I need to get a passport so I can travel to another country. We're 21 minutes in, so Angela Bassett. That woman is still sexy, man. To this day. Unlike Jada Pinkett Smith, at least she can act and also keeps her personal life out of Hollywood. Hmm. I don't get it. At least this movie's short because I didn't want to do a 2-hour movie today. Yeah, I haven't done a movie with Dylan McDermott. If I do Inception, I'm gonna do it in like June. I'm doing it this month because there's no strong female characters in that movie. Hint the hint hint. Yeah, it's not a movie to put this month. I don't want my hair to look like that. My hair was meant to be short because that's how I've always had my hair. I haven't had my hair long since 2005. I didn't cut my hair for 5 months and it grew back. And the film is a good looking film. It doesn't look digital. Even the beginning, the fight scene in Afghanistan, you could see what's going on, even though it's at night. Where's that? Is that blood? Is that blood? Ugh. I don't drink blood, guys. I donate it. Wow. But Brosnan is the villain of this movie. He just blew up a car and several people. Yeah. I don't know why someone would do that. Damn. No, Mila's not dead because she's the main character. She's in the front. It says his next target is now hunting him. Yeah, because he's the villain in the movie. Why would you blow up a restaurant and a car? Unabomber. Some people will do anything for attention. That's why I don't go to other countries. I want to stay alive. I want to live. Because after 9/11, I had to stay. I had to learn how to have survival instincts, and I do. Run. Yeah, he's not Bond in this movie. You missed. Some people just kill because they can. I only kill bugs when they're in my house, not just because. Of course, that's always the mission, isn't it? Those people in the Gaston, they blew up. Yeah, this lady was in Harry Potter. Uh, she was let's see, Frances Delatour. She was in Harry Potter. I don't remember which one, but she's in it. A lot of British people were in Harry Potter. Not Pierce Brosnan because he's Irish. He wasn't in it. Mila was not. Um, or Angela Bassett. It's pretty intense. Yeah, there's nothing funny in this movie. It's dead serious. Ugh. Yeah, she is. At least this movie's short, so it's not going to be a slog to get through. Look at that shot. Boats. This movie is not like No Time to Die, where it had to have scenes that could have been cut. Yeah, whole subplots that could have been cut, characters that could have been cut. You didn't need a 2 hour and 45 minute running time, guys. It's a Bond movie. You don't have to make it excessively long. Tomorrow Never Dies is under 2 hours. That's impossible now. Now action movies have to be 2.5 hours or 2:45 or 3 hours. I don't have that kind of time to waste on one movie. I got a life too, outside of this YouTube thing. Yeah. Taking a digital picture. You get what you deserve. He's using an iPhone. See, people want to film everything. Filming people's tragedies is just mean, guys. Don't do that. Life is not a freaking, movie that you could just film with your phone. People want to film everything. They won't want to live in the moment. This movie's an hour shorter than the last Mission Impossible and the last Bond movie because it doesn't need to be 2.5 hours. 90 minutes is good enough. That's a nice, lean, running time. No one complains when a movie's 90 minutes, but when it's 2.5 hours, they do because there's a lot of stuff that could be cut and left for like deleted scenes on the Blu-ray or something. That's why there's deleted scenes here. But there were scenes that had to be trimmed to make this movie under 2 hours. The Metro. $35 in. Well, the first 2 minutes I had to get this set up, so I don't even like the Brits in this movie, but again, they're not in the film that much. Mm. And to be clear, I'm only doing the first Resident Evil on Sunday, not any of the sequels or Welcome to Raccoon City. I said one per franchise. That's what I said. That includes the animated ones as well, because I want to do those some other time, maybe in May for Asian month. I'm using my old DVD player because the new one, it works. It's just that sometimes it skips. It does a slight trigger because again, that's a deep voice. I'm just glad I don't have to go out tomorrow if I don't want to, because 2026, the winter was rough. I had to shovel snow twice, late January and late February. Jeez, he stuck a thing right in his ear. I want to see another Bond movie, but I want a good actor as Bond. I don't want another Australian or some other actor like Scottish or something. I'm like, yeah, because Connery was already one of the best. Brosnan did a good job, but he could have had more films. He only did four. And someone that's going to have fun with the role, not someone's going to be stoic. Because I'm tired of people being so stoic. They think stoic means bad ace. No, it means boring. Stoic, you have to show some kind of emotion. This was worth seeing because it's short. I got 85% left. I got plenty of battery power. Hold now, Kate. She didn't kill anybody. That was Pierce Brosnan who blew up that restaurant and the car. I couldn't do this movie in January because I didn't want to hear any British accents. That's why I always bring myself with me almost everywhere. I saw the Green Lantern trailer. It's just I'm indifferent to it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. They show the costume, but it doesn't have a big budget like Superman did or Peacemaker. It's just very low key, and I'm like, this could be another Last of Us, guys. And I don't like the main actor who's playing John Stewart. He's some British guy with light eyes that was in Mufasa. I don't care. I'm not stupid, okay? Some people are just born violent. A sniper rifle. Because I'm not going to do a whole franchise in one month. I can't. It's just too much for me. I'd rather do random movies from. Now I'm seeing Power Rangers because it's a whole show, and when I'm done with one show, I go to the next show. That doesn't count. I'm saying like one movie per franchise, so I don't burn myself out. I burned myself out a lot last year. Look at that building, man. There's some good actors in this movie. Not all of them are great, but yeah, Angela's just a hot woman, man. She always has been. When she was young and older, I'm like, she is a fine wine of cinema, man. Mwah. This guy, I thought it was Paul Giamatti, but it's not because he has curly hair and a beard. Wakanda Forever, she was the best part of that movie, not Shuri, her. And then she had to die, of course, because you can't keep a mature woman alive in a Marvel movie anymore. Because Renee Russo died in Thor, the Dark World. She died in Wakanda Forever. Even the ancient one, we don't know how old she is, and she dies in the first Doctor Strange. Hmm. Exactly. I had motivation this week to do podcasts because I didn't do a podcast for almost 2 weeks because of stress, burnout, and also because I was working, shoveling snow. At least this film is well directed, mostly. Is it amazing? No. Hmm. That was a good line. This is why I like going to Comic Con alone. I don't want any distractions from loud, complaining people because I like to go to conventions with peace of mind, not with a bunch of complaints and loud noise and music. You know, the world is loud enough. At least the movie's taken seriously. It doesn't get silly or cartoonish. It's mostly played straight. I missed the Disney reward program. Remember that when you get points and you would get DVDs and Blu-ray on Amazon through the website? Yeah, that those days are done. Now I can only buy movies through Amazon. Oh well, at least it's something, right? Christmas trees, yeah. So this is during the holiday season. It's almost done. We're about halfway through the movie. Hold now, Kate, for that's your name I hear. She's on the run. See, I told you. They always got tension with Americans. Danger, high voltage. Yeah. You missed. Yep, she's putting the lights out so they can't see her. Again, you missed. I've officially had this DVD player for 10 years, my old DVD player. 10 years. But it still works. It's just the sound is too loud and I can't lower it because I don't have the remote. That's the only problem with it. Yeah. They're always yelling. And unlike No Time to Die, this movie doesn't have 100 characters in it. Sometimes less is more. That way you have less to deal with, you know? It's like in Power Rangers. You don't put 10 Rangers. You put like 5 or 6 at the most. The least 3. You don't need 10, guys. Because the more characters you have, the less screen time some of them are going to get. That's just how it is when a movie's short and has too many characters. Or long. No signal. That's the only F-bomb in the movie. Because this is not Deadpool and Wolverine. That had so many of them. Sonic didn't have any because it's a PG-13. It's a PG film. And this is PG-13, so right in the middle. Go out the window. The movie's not dull. Like critics just found it generic and boring, but Mila Jovovich does a good job here. She's not monotone. She shows more energy here than some of the Resident Evil sequels. I'll give her that. And it's not directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. It's James McTeague. I've seen his other films. I have to check it out later. Which movies I've seen of his. With every device that people have, they're being tracked by somebody. An assassin. He's still more scary than Taskmaster because of what they did with him. They turned a male character into a female Russian lady that doesn't have any dialogue and then dies in Thunderbolts. And again, why is that movie good? I don't get it, guys. Movie bombed. Nobody cared. More people saw The Winter Soldier and Civil War and Deadpool and Wolverine than that one because those are actually good and they made money. They weren't boring and have stupid accent like this from freaking Florence Pugh, who's not a good actress. That's why she can't carry a movie on her own. She's done nothing. Since Thunderbolts flopped, we haven't seen her headline a movie all year. So suck on that. Talk to the hand. Mm-hmm. It is. I'm so glad the snow's melting because I'm like, it was hard to walk last month. It really was. Now that the snow's melting and washing away, so good. Now I'll be able to walk in the spring and not step in a snowbank or fall head first in the snow. It doesn't snow in April. Drink some water. Uh, Padlock. You put those on a chest or something. You don't put that for a bed for your bedroom. I have a lock in my room, but it's a doorknob because I don't want anybody in here to interrupt me. Winter's just too long. I never liked winter because it's long, boring, and a lot of things are closed. And with the snow, it closed a lot more. Last year, it didn't snow as much as this. It really didn't. It hadn't snowed like this since 2021. We only got one blizzard, but it was big. But we had a blizzard like this back to back since like the 2010s. A terrorist hostage video. I wish a lot of people would be together instead of yelling all the time. I'm glad I could do a podcast here on my computer because I couldn't last year. I couldn't because my computer crashed all the time. It still crashes sometimes, but that's only because either bad reception or I have to update my driver or something. But it hasn't happened during a podcast this year. I don't know if Josh saw this movie or not, but it's worth one watch at least, just for the action and the performances. I think they're fine. Nothing Oscar worthy, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. Because critics they treat every movie like this, like a direct to video or movies that got a limited release, like they're poisoned or something. Yet look how many flops he had in the winter because nobody cared. They cared about Avatar, Send Help, and some animated movies like Goat, which did well because they kept the budgets low. Goat's budget is not 200 million, guys. It's not. But then you get movies like Wuthering Heights, which is not making money. Gee, I wonder why, because it's too sexual. No one wanted to see something like that in the theater. That's just weird. And I told you, Margot Robbie is box office poison. The Barbie movie was a fluke. Anybody could have played it and would have done the same thing. Again, you missed. Yeah, now he's Jason Bourne. That's not even Brosnan doing that. That's another actor. That's a stunt double because they don't even show Brosnan's face. That was not him. An old man couldn't do something like that. He'll break his hip. The Shepherdess. Hold on, since the chat is empty, let me check something. They have the movie on. See how long the movie is. I'm an hour in, so it's an hour and 29 minutes. They have 2B. They changed it now. You could go as a guest. I just checked it, but I don't go as a guest. I have my own account for it. Yeah, we're an hour in, so we got about 20 minutes to go. 20 some minutes. It says 136, but without the end credits, it's 129. So yep, a security breach. Romania, that's the country flag. JFK Airport in New York City. These were out of London for a while. We're in the third act of the movie now, which is fine because the movie's fast paced. It doesn't drag like some movies. Because I saw some movies this year and last year. I was like, these movies are too long. Hmm. I know. I was there. No, she's not. Sunglasses. She's wearing glasses. Oceanic Airlines. See, she likes to blend into the surroundings, kind of like Jason Bourne. I want to fly. I haven't been on a plane in over a decade, so it's time. I just want to fly somewhere in the U.S. The DVD's working because again, it's not scratched. Some directors of films today thought length always means substance. It doesn't mean substance. It just means you want to drag the movie out because there was no reason for Wicked or Wicked for Good to be over 2 hours. It could have been an hour and 45 minutes in one part, and that would have been fine. They stretched it out. They stretched a 3 hour story on stage into 4 hours and 20 minutes. It's too much time, guys. You don't need that kind of time. 2 hours and 40 minutes and 2:08. That's like almost 3 hours, 5 hours long. That's too long. You're not WrestleMania. You don't need to be in parts. It's just too long. I was bored out of my gourd in the first one. I'm like, oh my God, just end, please. This movie is short. Don't feel the running time at all. At least we got out of London, mostly. Abbott. I'm always alert. When I'm doing a podcast, I stay alert. I never fall asleep. New Year's Eve. So it was late December when this movie takes place, and I went out that day, and it didn't snow that much. It snowed on the 28th, but it was not like this year. My God, this year we got like 2 feet of snow in 2 days, but within a month's time. That's way too much. That's way too much snow. I wanted like 8 inches or something, not 12. You know, Substance means something that you can attach yourself to, not padding with subplots that go absolutely nowhere and filler scenes and songs that don't need to be there. I went to Times Square on New Year's Eve in 2006, 20 years ago, but I couldn't go through that again. That's why I just stay home and watch a movie. It's the perfect way to end the year that's stressful. Times Square, New York City. Yeah. 28 minutes till midnight. I know. I go every New Year's Eve. I do the countdown because it's anticipation for the new year, and this is the new year. But then my family does the same thing every year. More yelling, more screaming, and more interruptions, which I don't need. I'm done with that. When the spring comes, no more interruptions, no more excuses, no more snow. So there. It's spring cleaning time, fixing and upgrading, and getting more stuff in my physical media collection because that's what's going to happen. That's what's up. We're almost done. Manhattan. I was there 20 years ago. I was there. I went to Manhattan all by myself, and I saw that ball drop. I filmed it, and I was like, "Yeah, that was good. I don't have to ever do that again because it's just too much of a hassle." Plus, they closed the train station, so you can't leave the city. Got to stay there at least until midnight. I felt like I was captured. That was before COVID, by the way, too. Look at those crowds. There's more people in Times Square on New Year's Eve than most people go to Comic Con sometimes because people come from all over the world. I know. This year, I'm not taking any BS from anybody, even my own family, because I'm like, no, you yell at my face, I'll yell back. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not scared. They can't put their hands on me. I'm an adult now. Huh. There's the ball. I don't know what's so special about a ball. On 2020, nobody was in Times Square. It was pretty empty. It was not as full as it used to be because again, crowds couldn't be near each other. How could you band together? Like 2019, there was a lot of people, but not 2020 because people were like, "Oh, I'm not touching anybody." I'm like, COVID couldn't take me down. Nothing can. I'm not scared of any disease. I get my vaccinations and I'll be fine. I live a healthy life and I'll be fine. I stay away from stress and bad stimuli. I'll be fine. Also, in this movie, Mila's not a superhero. She has vulnerability. And this is what I am, a survivor. A horse. It's the year of the horse. It is. Why do I like to have a nice quiet night at home on New Year's? Because I don't want to deal with the crowds. I could deal with the crowds at Comic Con or the 4th of July or something like that, but I cannot deal with crowds on New Year's Eve. It's too cold and I don't want to deal with it. Because a year can't be happy if people are complaining all the time. 10, 5 minutes. Well, it's 7 minutes to 2 p.m. Who wants to kill somebody on New Year's Eve? I have a lot of problems, but I'm not going to. That's not a way out of any year. Killing? No. The ball. Idiots. He trusted Pierce Brosnan. 1 minute. Unlike some people, I exercise, which is good for your body. Yelling and screaming isn't good for your body, guys. It's bad. It raises your blood pressure and gives you hypertension. I don't want that. No, sir. Yeah, take that, Brosnan. You missed. You saw that? Brosnan's so physical in this movie for not a guy that doesn't know. 20 seconds. And even when I was there, I wasn't in the middle of Times Square. I was in the corner near McDonald's. There used to be a McDonald's in that area. Now there's not. It's where the Lion King. Bye. 6, 5, 4. Happy New Year. Yep. I don't get why some people see ever since the pandemic love to complain all the time. Yeah, because they're whiny little biatches. That's why some people, when they don't get their way, they throw a fit. I get mad sometimes, and not every day. I had a good day, unlike some people. She just saved your lives. That man was going to hurt a bunch of innocent people that were just there to see the ball drop and then go home. Oh, excuse me. $62%. I better charge my Switch laptop after this. I don't have time for complaints. This is a decent movie. I still like it, even after all these years. I haven't seen it. I didn't see it the year it came out. I bought it. I bought it at the dollar store a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't as bad as." I saw it on cable once. It's a nice shot. That was Survivor, guys, from 2015. Since 9/11, American law enforcement has stopped 53 terrorist attacks in New York City alone. Good, because I'm a New Yorker and I want to feel safe. I'm tired of people, foreigners coming to this country and don't need to be. Good job, James McTeague. You did a good job. Well, that was the movie Survivor. I'm glad I did it here. I didn't skip. See, this DVD player still works. It's just very loud because I don't have a remote. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Tomorrow I'll be doing Tomorrow Never Dies on Netflix. Another movie with Brosnan, but he's the hero this time. So see you guys then. Yeah. See you then. That was fun.